I'm nearing the end of the trail. 2 days, well, whatever. I got here around noon yesterday. Gonna leave here around noon, so 2 days, 1 night. I didn't know it was gonna rain. Luckily it did. Rained all night around like midnight to now. Got to test out my UFOs. They're pretty good. In the rain they get soaked. This jacket is like a typical like plastic jacket with like a vinyl underside, so it's kind of comfortable to wear, but it gets all hot and sticky. But if you wear a long sleeve shirt under it, it's pretty good. It's pretty cold in the hammock. The underquilt, you get it just right, it'll keep you warm, but there's always like a little uncomfortable place where you gotta like cover up because it's gonna get uncomfortable. So anyway, came out here, figured I'd do a video at the end of the trail here. I went 5 miles in, 6 miles back, and let's see what else. That's about it. I kept wanting to come back in the middle of the night because this kind of sucks. It's just like, it's boring. There's no like, it's not a great adventure. But luckily, like I said, it rained, which it does suck. It made it much worse, but I got to like test my gear out, see how well it works in bad conditions. And then I got to, I feel good about that. I feel like I've made progress, and I can like pick and choose items that I may or may not need, depending on you know, their functionality, I guess. Because I know what I need. You want like less sticky, but it's got to be warm, but it can't be too warm. Because when you're moving, you can basically wear shorts and a t-shirt, no matter how cold it is. So there's that. These pack covers work pretty good. A hat like this works pretty good with a bill, because when you put your hoodie over, you can like, it doesn't, the hood doesn't like get all in your eyes, so you can't see. I guess I'm thinking about valuable stuff I learned or gained on the trip, but as far as like material, like there's a psychological benefit of coming out here, which is you feel like you accomplished something, even though I guess realistically I haven't. But you accomplished the mental challenge of waking up in freezing rain. It's not freezing, it's like 50, 49 or whatever. But it's cold and it's completely raining and you have no way to like get your stuff together without getting a little bit wet. But I pulled it off and it worked out pretty well. And basically all my gear is basically dry. Like the clothes I'm wearing are wet, my shoes are wet. So if I was going to do a longer hike, I would need more dry gear to rotate. This creek, the trail was pretty good because it had a lot of creeks for crossing, which is fun. But the trails are just mundane and uneventful. So I guess you got to keep going. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'll just maybe come back and go further, or find trails somewhere else. Pretty sure they're all going to be basically the same. But it is fun to run into a new area that like inspires a new frame of thinking. That's about it. I guess I don't really have much more. Oh, the mushrooms are kick-ass. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to fill myself up to this giant mushroom up here, and then we'll know what's really going on. They said you're supposed to camp 200 feet off trail. I did about 200 yards. Definitely a better experience, I guess. I don't know. But you kind of feel like you're all woodsy and you went out there. But most of the time I was on the trail. I haven't seen anybody else. I saw people in the parking lot yesterday, but I haven't seen anybody else out here. Here I get to cross the stream. Check this out. Most of the streams are like this. You just, like I can't cross there, so you figure out where you can cross. Okay, let me go check out that mushroom. Yeah, this is actually a pretty good looking stream. I guess there's plenty of water. I didn't have to drink any water. I just drink something, dude. Is that not a mushroom? Oh, well, it's a leaf. I have noticed that if you want something out here, it'll appear and as an optical illusion, which is kind of cool. Man, there's really nothing to do out here. I guess the more time you spend out here, the more you connect with yourself and kind of like let thoughts in and let thoughts out, which is supposed to be really healthy, kind of meditative. And then you can just deal with things as they come and not have so much built up when you have to deal with something, which is nice. So anyways, coming up to a clearing, which is really fun, because I haven't seen any clearing. It's all been woods. But it's all boring woods. Look. It's all basically looks like that. And that's boring. But check this out. Clearing, huh? Oh yeah. Let's see, we're hitting the 7-minute mark. I'll just keep filming for 3 more minutes. Maybe I'm lonely. Oh, I could talk about my gear? No. I got walking sticks, which you don't have to buy. You just find sticks in the ground, and it also gives you something to do, because there really is nothing to do out here. But finding walking sticks is fun. Sometimes you get overwhelmed with wanting to be there, whether it be like where you're going to camp, or back home, or 1 mile further, or at the top of the hill. But I think it's a lesson I'm learning is I don't think I've actually beaten the problem or anything like that, but I think the ideal resolve is to, I mean, you want to, in order to accomplish something, it's got to be in front of you, and you got to know what you want, and you got to go for it. But at the same time, if that's not on your mind, it doesn't matter if you get there, and you can kind of like, you know, take a time out from that sense of urgency, a sense of, yeah, I must. Because like last night, I had to leave. It was dark and raining. I didn't have my underquilt working right, so I was just like, I'm just gonna go home. And I actually I just got up and made a fire for about an hour, and then just laid back down. So, wanting to go home, I needed to just let go, I guess. Which, yeah, you kind of got to let that go if you're going on a long trip. Check that out. That's about the best scenery we get here. Now I'm allowed to walk all the way anywhere I want, which is totally cool. So I got to come back, and I need to just spend a week out here and just wander around. That sign posted, probably can't go in there. Oh, maybe I won't wander around. Anyway, I know there's much more trails further north, so I could always do that. I got to get a little more comfortable gear than I got, but it's good to go out with what you got, and that way, because you'll never go otherwise. I mean, you could, if you got enough money, you can get enough stuff together, you know, then you're good to go, but if you got any kind of budget where you're like, oh, I'm tapped out, I can't spend any more on camping here, well then just go. And it's gonna suck, but it's gonna be, I guess it's memorable. Like, the camping for some reason lasts a lifetime. What you did yesterday doesn't. Anyway, yeah, so on that note, whatever it is you're kind of obsessive about, but you just find yourself doing research on and not really actually doing, go out and do it. And yeah, and learn the lesson from doing it, and whatever you get out of it. Because there's different types of people. You know, all different types of people get different experiences out of this. I got a little introspective look at myself, what I really want to do, and I don't think it's but it's fun anyway. Alright, bye.